on this fearless free Outlaw Nation, try to get the sun out the view over here. A little bit of farm life. But anyways, what y'all came for. We are going to teach you how to change your oil. If you need to change your oil, you don't know how, and you just want to learn how. Nothing crazy, complicated, or anything like that. This is so simple, so simple. I got a 14-year-old. He changes oil better than what the dealership does. You don't have oil all over the vehicle. You don't know if they really changed the oil filter or any of that stuff. You don't even know if they put the oil that you wanted them to put in the better oil. So check this out, guys. I'm going to show you how to change your oil step by step. Super easy. Just start this off showing you, and make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe to our channel, guys. We're a new clothing line. We're just trying to get out there, trying to make some videos to make people happy, or something to benefit them somehow, or to even, just give you something to watch, something to laugh at, maybe something you learned. The farm life here. Alright, we're going to show you now. First, you have a good jack for your vehicle. Something that's going to be good and rated for the weight of your vehicle. At the end of that blue jack right there, you see where it's at. It's a flat spot where you lift your vehicle. Lift it up. Be safe. Put jack stands underneath the vehicle if you have them. One on each side up front. Just in case something happens with your jack and you're safe. Next, what you're going to do, you're going to pop your hood on your vehicle. You have your dipstick to check the oil, and you have where you fill the oil. This is on a Chevrolet Equinox. All vehicles are pretty much the same on changing oil. Okay, you find out how many quarts of oil your vehicle needs. The specific oil weight for what your vehicle needs. So make sure you got your oil. Make sure you have it ready once you get the vehicle secure. Get your oil filter. Make sure it matches your vehicle as well. Underneath the vehicle, we come underneath the vehicle. My assistant down here, see if he might be able to give us a hand.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, Outlaw Nation? You got your oil pan to catch your oil.
Very important.
Very important. You don't want to get oil on the ground, pollute the ground, and that's just bad for the environment. We don't want to do that. So underneath the vehicle, once you got your pan, touch the oil plug. Assistant, there goes your oil plug to release the oil. Make make sure your pan is underneath. Let your vehicle sit for an hour so you don't burn yourself. Your oil is going to drain in this pan, and once it is done draining, you put your plug back on. Just snug it. You don't have to try to be Superman. Where's your oil filter at underneath here?
Right here.
And there you go, guys. Oil pan, that's where your oil plug was. And then you got your oil filter. You get a oil filter wrench or pliers, and you turn it counterclockwise to get your filter off. Make sure your pan is there underneath there as well to catch the oil, because we don't want to get oil on the ground and pollute the earth. Fearless and free, we stand for what's right, and that's protecting our earth is what is right. After your oil is drained and you caught it securely in your pan, you will have your oil filter. You take your new one out the box, dip your finger, just the tip of your finger, in a little bit of the new oil, and rub it around this gasket, and that will prevent your gasket from its rubber. It'll prevent it from ripping and twisting whenever you go to tighten it. That's where a lot of people mess up. They don't lubricate that filter. You tighten it hand tight, and then grab your oil filter wrench or your pliers, whichever one will fit your vehicle. This is your oil filter. It's an oil filter wrench. And these, I like these. These are your oil filter pliers. As long as you can get them in the vehicle, you will, just like that, and you can turn it and get it off or whatnot. Once you have that tight, you want to pull your oil pan out because you're finished underneath the vehicle. Once you have your oil pan pulled out, one more look underneath the vehicle. Make sure you didn't forget anything, because you don't want to keep jumping up, down, and all that other good stuff. You're trying to save time and money. You're not trying to make it aggravate you where you're mad because you had to keep going underneath the vehicle. No, it's supposed to be simple and fun. Well, not fun, but something simple that you can be proud that you did yourself and you saved money. If I bring my vehicle to the $150 for an oil change, why do that? I can do it at home for $60. But once you get up top to your vehicle after everything is drained, you are going to, where you fill your oil, it'll say what oil your vehicle takes. Remove that cap, set it somewhere where it's not gonna get dust or anything in it, because it's oil. If it's dusty, the dust is gonna stick to the oil of the cap, and then you're putting that in your engine. You don't want to do that. You want to take care of your vehicle. At least most people do. Vehicles are getting expensive. If you love it, it'll love you back. So now we are going to put the amount of oil that it calls for. Now remember, some vehicles whenever it calls for the oil, how much it calls for, sometimes they don't take into account for your oil filter. So sometimes you gotta compensate that. It might be maybe just a little bit more than what it calls for. But you just gotta see. This knucklehead should be using a funnel, but he's going to be cleaning the engine bay. And on this one, this vehicle, it's kind of like it how it's got that cup right there. If you spill oil over that, it doesn't go anywhere. It just a little bit sits on the ring or it goes in the engine. It's completely sealed where oil won't run down to the motor and on the outside of the engine and smell and just make you embarrassed because your vehicle stinks so bad of the burning oil. So once you're doing that, yeah, put all of your oil that it calls for. So this might take a few. What's this one call for, boys?
5.
5 quarts.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's gonna stop.
Genuinely 5.
Yep. So he's gonna dump his 5 quarts it calls for, and then we're gonna show y'all how to make sure you fill your engine properly with oil. You did your oil change correctly, safely. You saved money. You can be proud that you did it. You did it on your own. So it's a good thing. Especially with the economy the way it is. Money. Sometimes oil change might be groceries on a single mother's plate or, for dinner. So every little bit helps, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Give y'all a little bit of view again while they're dumping the remaining oil. And then we'll go back to the oil. Back to the end, let y'all finish watching some oil dumped in it. That all of them?
We have one more left.
Okay. Now they got one more quart left. So it calls for 5. You dump your 5. So he's gonna dump that last quart in there. Y'all please like, follow, subscribe to our channel. We are a new clothing line brand for the people, by the people. We are the fearless and free Outlaw Nation. So if y'all can like, follow, subscribe, it is very much appreciated. Check out our store, www.fafonationco.com. We have a nice, beautiful website on there. We are on all of your social medias. What is it? YouTube? We're on X.
Instagram.
TikTok. Yep, TikTok. We are everywhere. So, like, follow, subscribe, support. We appreciate y'all very much. After you're done dumping your final oil that your vehicle called for, just make sure you clean it up. Shop rags, paper towels, something you clean the oil up so you don't have a messy engine. No one wants a dirty looking engine. That's why he's gonna wash it today. The pollen over here has been so bad. Okay, now you're just gonna put your cap back on. Your cap that you use to fill your oil. Okay, now we're going to go to the dipstick. Make sure you have a rag, paper towel, shop towel, something to wipe the dipstick because you will have oil on it. I always like to give it a minute or two before I check the oil, just to make sure all the oil you just dumped in there, you dumped that oil. It has to go through the heads, goes through partially the heads, but it goes all the way down to your oil pan. And you got, oil ain't water. It's got a little consistency to it. You'll see. So, give it, a few just to travel to make sure you don't check it and you're like, oh, it's too low. But you might check it again a minute or two later and you'll see your oil level was good. All right. You clean your dipstick. If you look at your dipstick, this one right here, you will have at the end of your dipstick the check marks. That is your safe level. And the very last one going up towards the handle, you want it to be at this last line that's at the check mark going towards the handle. Some might have a dot on it on one side, like this right here. It's got two dots right there. The dot is low. The upper dot is perfect. It's on the other side, but it's kind of hard to see with some of them. You insert your dipstick to check the oil. He's short. He got short people problems. What short people problems in the house tonight? Oh, alright, yeah, we better get back to oil change. Make sure your dipstick goes completely down. Make sure it's not stuck up a little bit, because then you're not going to get the correct rating. Okay, pull your dipstick straight out. Hold your hand on towards the end as you go with your paper towel. Wipe your dipstick one more time. The oil, you can tell whenever it showed it was too high. So that's what I was saying. Sometimes you have to, it's that oil that's trying to travel down to your oil pan from where you just filled it. All right. Insert your dipstick again. You gotta make sure the oil is right. But wait, I like messing with these boys. They shouldn't have done that. Before you pull that dipstick, remember I told you, the oil filter takes oil as well. So right now, they're wondering why it's high, and they put exactly what it called for, but they forgot. You crank, after you're done filling your vehicle with what they called for, the amount of oil, make sure your cap is on, make sure your dipstick is completely in place, make sure your vehicle is sitting flat, because if it's not sitting flat or it's up too high, you're not going to get a correct level on your reading if it's something drastic. Okay, now you go crank up your vehicle, because remember your oil filter. So whenever you crank the vehicle up, your vehicle is going to circulate the oil in all the right places. Nope, we're going to leave the jack there, because remember, this ground is uneven, so the jack is perfect. It's got the vehicle sitting level. Okay, so we're going to crank it up to let the oil circulate. I like taking a little look underneath. Once again, you don't have to climb underneath. Just look underneath at the very end of the bump and make sure where you changed your oil at. Make sure there's no oil dripping down. That you got everything tight properly, so you're not going to have issues. You see, there's no oil dripping. It's ran for 30 seconds. You can turn the vehicle off. Say hello, guys. Checking. Oh, we're actually changing the oil, Hawk. Changing the oil, showing y'all how to do it properly, safely. Where's everybody from? I like talking to y'all. But yeah, once you shut your vehicle off, you're gonna let it sit. Remember, it's oil. It travels through the engine whenever it's running. It's a little bit thicker than water, so it takes a while for all of that oil, however many quarts your vehicle takes, to all settle down so you can get the correct level. Like say, if you check it too early, you got oil draining down still, and then you think you have to add more oil, and at that point you just overfilled your motor with oil, and it can cause issues like blowing out your rear main seal on your vehicle. And you go to a shop, that's expensive, and that could be preventable. But a lot of these little oil changing places, they really don't care. I've had oil plugs come out of them after I just had the oil changed. I drive 30 minutes down the road and the oil plug came out on a brand new vehicle. And I learned I gotta start doing it myself because it'll save me time, money, and aggravation. But this is the Fearless and Free Outlaw Nation. So thank y'all for watching. While we're waiting a few more for this to settle down, I just want to remind y'all, if y'all can please like, follow, subscribe to our page. Follow for more videos. We have all kind of videos on there. Some's funny, some's wildlife. It's a mixture. You never know it. You'll see a helpful video. We are on all of your social medias. Fearless and Free Outlaw Nation. We are on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, X,
Facebook.
I think we said Facebook. If you got any social media, we are on there. Check out our beautiful website, www.fafonationco.com. It's safe, secure. We have designs coming up. Should be dropping a few more today. And just check us out, support us. We're small. We're the little people just trying to be somewhere. Just trying to be hopefully be somebody, because everybody should want to be somebody. And so you can, like in our case, I would like to do something better in the world. I hate to see all of the homelessness and all that stuff. I'd like to do something good in the world. It's not right, all the things that we have going on that's wrong, and families can't help it. The economy is bad. They can say what they want, anybody. I don't disagree with anybody. Everybody's their own opinion. But I know everything is like expensive and overpriced, so it's good to try to save money, in my personal opinion. Hey guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, now you check your oil. Remember, your first pull once you just turn the vehicle off, even though it's sat, wipe it off. Don't pay attention to what it says, because where the engine was running, there was oil that had to settle down in it. Once it gets on the stick, it don't settle down quite as fast as what it does traveling through the engine to the oil pan. Remove your dipstick, pull it straight up. Remember, keep your other hand on it with a paper towel so you don't make a big mess. And I don't know if you could see that. Try to get the right angle. Look, touch where your oil ends. Yeah, hold this, please. You're gonna look at your dipstick. It is just a hair high on this side, but it's full right here. If we check it again, it'll probably be right there. So let's wipe it off one more time, just for personal security for yourself. It's better to check things sometimes more than once, just to make sure you did it correctly or you didn't forget a step. And not because us as humans are dumb, it's because we have a lot on our mind and life is busy. Now you look at that, it's right on the. So if we went and checked it again, it's right there full. Like I say, from the bottom up, or from the bottom up, your bottom line is low, your top line is full. Anything in between, you're okay. Insert your oil stick, your dipstick, after you make sure it's at the correct level. Okay, you do that. Now you're going to lower your vehicle down. Remove your jack stands if you put them underneath the vehicle. Make sure everything is clear, nothing is going to get hurt, or nobody is underneath your vehicle when you lower it down. You want to be safe. That'd be a lot of regret, and it'd suck to accidentally drop a vehicle on someone that you care about or you love, or even if you don't have feelings for them, that's still a human being, and it'd be a lot. So just be safe. Remove your jack. Okay, your vehicle is done now and complete. Lower your hood. Okay, lower your hood. Make sure you didn't forget any tools underneath, any rags. Close your hood of your vehicle. Okay, now we are going to go to the vehicle. Depending on the kind of vehicle you have, it's a simple Google. You can Google it. Yeah, this pollen is horrible. You can Google it if you need to. Look for fuel filter reset.
What should we just do?
Okay, you found your oil. It says remaining oil life. He changed it way too early because it was 38%. He had a long ways to go. But see the check mark? This one says reset it. So hit the check mark. You're going to do your arrow to go up. Hit the center button to enter, or however your vehicle is set up. And look, it just reset your vehicle, your oil that you just changed, 100%. Don't forget, Fearless and Free Outlaw Nation. Y'all watch our video. Like, subscribe, follow, share. Check out our website. Check out our online store. That is an old storage freaking thing. I need to get rid of that. But here, whenever got this place, and it's just crazy stuff that people leave behind. But check us out, Fearless Free Outlaw Nation. Look, you got grasshopper landed on him. Yeah, look, he flew away. But yeah, check us out, guys. Subscribe, follow us for more videos, and join our Fearless and Free Outlaw Nation. Remember, to be fearless, to be free, you have to be fearless. We wake up in the morning, we face life. We don't know what's coming, but we are still fearless to get up and live our lives, to go to work, to go do that dangerous job you do, to go do the job you might not love. You can, it's crazy. But you just gotta find things. But you gotta be fearless for anything to have your freedom to even do it. Make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe. Guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, y'all are the best. We will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday and enjoy.